Alright, so I'm gonna take my best shot at this, but this could honestly, it could mean multiple things. The Black Dutch, the Melungeons, their origins is all kind of debated and messy, but like here's kind of what we know. The term Black Dutch was originally coined somewhere in the 1600s with the French and the Spanish Netherlands kind of, mixing together, and it was coined as the Black Dutch because it was directly under the Dutch Republic, and that's what they spoke. So at the same time, in the Germanic world, they also spoke the same language. And as those German people came over to the United States, they became the Pennsylvania Dutch. And as they would marry in with mostly the eastern band of Cherokee Indians, in order to avoid some of the racial stereotypes, they would grab on to that old term, the Black Dutch, again, in order to kind of calm racial tensions and be more white passing. Now, at the exact same time, in the chaos that was early America, so the states, the colonies and all of that, how everything is set up, Virginia ran all the way from the coast to basically where St. Louis was. And so Appalachia and all these areas was really uncontrolled, really lawless, really just wild settlers. And as Scots, as the Irish, as the French, and natives and escaped slaves, and all these people began to settle and find refuge in these mountains. This people group, a triracial, really a quad-racial people group, also began to form. And they are called the Melungeons. And why I say it's quad and not tri is because the French is 100% in there. Most Melungeons will find French and German in their DNA, but the word Melungeon itself comes from the French word, I think it's melange, something like that, which means a people of mixture. And so the word itself, Melungeon, is directly comes from a French word. So we know that the French were heavily influenced in that culture. Also, the end of Appalachia, that people group, that space butted up right up against the Louisiana colony that kind of covered the whole central part of the United States, which was French. Now, the Melungeons at certain points would also, not nearly all of them, not even most, would refer to themselves as Black Dutch as well, for the same reason, because America is racist and they needed safety. So, yeah, so it can be kind of confusing, and in that, you have family history that is lost and confused, and you don't know what Black Dutch you are. You don't know if you're Melungeon or Black Dutch, because they are two separate people groups. They are either Germanic, like German, and Native, or they could be Spaniard, French, and Native. Who knows? So, it's kind of messy, but there is kind of the spill on it. Still to this day, if you were to travel to southeastern Kentucky with me, I mean, one, I am part Melungeon. My grandpa, if you you saw, I should throw a picture, but I'm not going to. He was definitely a Melungeon. I can take you to hundreds, if not thousands, of Melungeon people still rocking their lives in Appalachia, and some of them will still call themselves Black Dutch, even though they're not.